All right, so I just watched a video by Blackwater Ops, and I didn't realize that what Google's doing paramount's to being extremely evil. Um, it's shocking, and actually, someone sent me the video, and I watched it, and I'm so compelled that I'm making this talk here. I'm calling it GOPA, the Google Online Piracy Act, because if you read their terms of agreement, that's exactly what it is. On March 1st, GOPA becomes Google law, right? So if you're using any Google product, this is going to affect you because this terms of agreement basically affects every single product that they have. Now, ultimately, I believe that a company that professes not to be evil has become probably one of the most evil companies in the world because they have spent the last 10 years fooling us, all right, telling us they're not evil, only to show their true colors and enact or change our user rights to mean that they can steal anything they want and we can't stop them. So this is a quote directly from their terms of agreement. This is nearly at the top. Using our services does not give you ownership of any intellectual property rights. Okay, so if you have unlisted videos, if you have Google Docs, business plans, if you're using as a startup, okay, bootstrapping using these free services that Google has provided, all of a sudden, all these tens of thousands of startups that are using these free services, all of a sudden, all their IP now is Google's, right? This is massive. When you upload or otherwise submit content to our services, you give us the rights to do whatever we want with them. We can mash them up, we can sell them, right? This is insane. And even if you decide to delete the content off our services, guess what? We still own it, right? So as of March 1st, what's ever on Google is Google's. So according to these new terms, you have to understand that they can steal, they can use, and you can't do anything about it. Now, isn't that evil? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. This is extremely evil. So, you know, we have to stop this, right? If you are using Google, you have to be aware. If you're a business, if you're a startup, if you're anyone, and there's plenty of evidence of Google's theft of IP. There's a great one that I talk about all the time, which is like.com. Like.com put two young PHP innovators basically use frivolous patents to stop their startup. So, the impact of GOPA is going to be so massive potentially, right? And that it's going to be hard to measure because ultimately, Google is a private corporation. They can do whatever they want. Us small guys trying to launch our ideas and everything else, ultimately, what can we do? We can't do anything. So, call to action. What can we do? You know, how can we stop GOPA? Do you want to stop GOPA, right? If you're using Google, I can't imagine you not wanting to stop this. So I'm seriously thinking about deleting my 1,000+ videos off my YouTube. I have tremendous, and most of my stuff is shared. I do have stuff though on Google that is proprietary, right? It'll be easier for me to delete my channel than to go through and figure out which ones I care to release and which ones I don't. I have content from my kids, everything. There's so much content that I've put up on Google that ultimately I'm going to have to seriously think about deleting or removing. So there's my son. He's saying what he feels about Google, right? Um, so what do you think? How can we stop this? How can we bring Google to their senses? Because what they're doing right now is extremely evil.